Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Today. It's your Executive Director, David Loop.
Heather Wheeler, Director of Life Enrichment.
Heather, we had quite the ending to May.
Yep.
The Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, we had a concert, Retired Musicians Band.
I think all of last week we had those really hot temperatures.
Ooh,
And
it was
Memorial
hot.
Day started. I think I saw you sweating more in 1 week than I've seen you for the last year.
I tried to stay
Even during
cool.
your interviews, you didn't sweat that much.
Oh, it was hot last week.
Oh my
It was.
gosh.
Yes.
And then I think here is the other message of the week.
Okay.
If a circuit's going to pop, it's going to pop on you. So whether it was the speaker for Memorial Day, you tried gallantly.
And it was stuck. It wouldn't pop back
and
out.
it's probably another, or the snow cone machine on the carnival
Kept
day.
blowing the GFI.
So
Yep.
I don't think you have the qualifications to be an electrician.
No. No, thank you.
But
I shouldn't be anywhere
You were
allowed.
patient as it was. So it is Memorial Day.
Yes.
Al Kunkel told us there were 86 folks out there.
Yes, thanks for counting, Al.
And I hope he counted himself. Okay, 87. Probably did. But a neat event, Uwe, nice prayers. And again, sometimes it's those simplest, shortest, yet genuine reflections. I think for any of us, just to be able to sing our national anthem, sing God Bless America
Yeah.
on a day like that was good.
Yes.
So I know
Unity.
extra effort. You got the guys to bring some chairs out. And
Yes.
it was good.
Yeah. Although a lot of the residents were really smart and they decided to stand in pockets of shade, which
Yeah.
was fine.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, and I think as we, always reflect on items, it's like, okay, do we do a little bit more in a little different location? What is the best shade at that time of day? I think morning was good. And again, it's just, who would have guessed we would have had so many 90-degree temperatures last
Yeah.
week. So that was a start of the day.
Yes.
That night, there was a concert.
There was the Retired Musicians Band,
Yeah.
which went very well, and I have just found out that Mr. Howard recorded it for us, so I'll put it on Touchdown.
that's-
so
is that
everybody
Doc
can see.
Howard?
Dr. Howard,
Okay,
yes.
yep.
Excuse me,
Cool.
Dr. Howard, yes.
So that's cool. And I know a lot of residents really enjoyed that. So if they happen to have missed that little bit of service we did by the flagpole, that evening's concert really
was
brought to
patriotic
home
theme.
Memorial Day and just a lot of reflection.
Yes,
So,
right.
so good.
We had
And then
that.
we had, we went from a rain date to a heat date.
Can't believe it. So May 25th, of course, was the original date for the Chesapeake Carnival. And it was 50-some degrees and storming and raining. And so we made the decision the day before just to totally scrap it and put it 1 week later.
Yep.
And then we had the total opposite, 90, I think it hit 95 yesterday.
Yeah. It did. Absolutely.
Wednesday, I mean.
95. In fact, I had
Yes.
for a moment a 96-degree temperature.
So we had the total opposite. And we had everything mapped out, and then we chased the shade.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
playing a little chess game
Well,
with the
good
shade.
thing that, and even the Port Cachere, it's there. But you know what? Good job. I think everyone out there, fun, great.
Yep.
The
Snow cones helped.
snow
Nobody
cones.
had heat stroke.
Boy, I saw Annette, I saw Mary Pressick, and they were just working up a storm on that
Thank you
thing.
to everyone. I mean,
lot of great
I can't
volunteers.
say thank you enough to the teammate volunteers, the resident volunteers. Everybody was awesome. And that's what it was about. Yes, it was fun, but it was fun for everybody to come together.
Yeah. So I was walking around like a worrisome father, hoping no one suffered heat exhaustion.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, I'm getting burnt. Where's my hat? And
Me
stuff.
too.
But,
Got a
yeah,
little.
but you did something very smart. At one moment of time, I think you got on the bucket seat.
I did because I had a little envy there. I saw Damien and Bruce getting dunked with that bucket, and I thought, oh, that's hose water. I bet that's cold.
Yeah.
I bet that's nice and cool. So finally, Damien said, come on over. And Bruce said, come on over. I said, okay. And I'm thinking, it's going to take a couple tries. Nope. Bam.
First time you have it. Well, I know we got
was
some
great.
fun pictures. So between town hall
Yes.
and other things,
Yes.
I got a couple pictures. I was just now. I was standing in one location in the shade, so that's why all of my pictures at the Bucket Brigade was at one angle because I'm not going to stand out in the sun. So I'm taking pictures, and I've got a couple. I don't know if I got you, but I definitely got one or two of Bruce, either right when the water was tipping or onto his head.
Yep. I did
I know
too.
Candace brought over Bucky, the
And
fortune
Bucky
teller.
got dunked.
And Bucky got dunked first
can't
time.
believe that.
And then of course he got into it. He had his shake off. So so carnival, what fun! Hot dogs went well. Cotton candy.
Cotton candy. We're in the market for a new popcorn machine.
Okay.
I think you heard that, but that's okay.
I
We'll
didn't
deal with
hear
it.
but that's okay.
Yeah, it
I think we're probably
Went.
we
Bye-bye.
probably need to get one of quality. That was a little. I call it little. What was that little oven that you had the light bulb in?
magic
Was it a magic oven?
make and bake. No, magic oven, something like that.
Magic oven,
I
shake and
had
bake.
one. I can't
Oh my
even
gosh,
remember.
what's the name of that little? Come on, everybody gave
Yeah.
one to your daughter or
Yes,
kids got one.
I got one.
Magic bake oven, bake and show
Magic
oven.
bake oven sounds right.
But it had a light bulb in it.
Yes,
you had
and
this
it
little
heated it.
special meat,
Yes.
and you pulled out a little cake.
The little cake.
I almost think that little
You get little
toy-like oven is sort of like our toy-like old popcorn popper.
We're gonna get a better one.
So I think, yeah, popcorn poppers, you get a quality one. They cost a little bit of money, but I think we're ready to invest in one.
Yes,
So,
I
yeah.
have already started looking because
Yeah.
yesterday I was kind of a little frantic.
Something about popcorn in the air. It just, wow, great smell.
Mm-hmm.
So, the fun games.
Yes, we had a couple with basketball, the dunk.
Yeah.
We had a skee ball, which now I realize, the person who was on that game had to fetch the balls all the time because they would go wayward.
Yeah.
Oops.
But I like
didn't think that
the
through.
pool with the little duckies. I remember that as a kid. That was my favorite carnival thing because
The
I
memory
would
game?
always win something.
Yeah.
Doing other things was a risk. I'm not a very good gambler. Sure thing, pick
The
a
duck
duck,
game.
and I get something. So that
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
What else we have? We had that life size, that huge Connect Four game over
Yeah,
here on the side.
And a Jenga.
And the Jenga, the Jenga. And normally it's a tabletop game, which we
Yeah.
still made a tabletop even though it was huge.
Yeah.
Put it on the table. But yeah, you got to pull one out and hope it doesn't crash.
No, I made one for my grandkids.
Did you?
Using 2x4s.
Yeah.
And every board was like this big.
Yeah, so really life
It was
size.
a 5 foot plus.
That's nice.
And then they had to pull from it, and yeah, it's sort of fun.
That's fun.
So anyway,
great.
hope you enjoyed the carnival. I think what I marvel at is, unlike some of us, me at least, residents, you like the temperatures. See, I'm a northerner, and I'm still trying to get some of that
I like 'em too.
insulation antifreeze out of my body. Because when I come up to a certain point, I'm getting better with hot weather here. And in fact, last weekend went to visit son Nathan up in Traverse City, Michigan.
Oh,
Prior to going up, that beautiful weather, great sunshine, 60
You
degrees.
thought it was cool, didn't you?
60 degrees.
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. But I said, so what are you going to wear? Oh, I'll have shorts on, Dad. We'll be together on the weekend doing projects. I don't know if I'm going to wear shorts. But anyways,
I hear you.
so then, what else from last week? We got the buses delivered.
Yes, so we have the buses, and I have wait lists on those registrations, so we are going to use them.
Good.
And I think I told you that when we were looking at the buses. I said we're going to use it. We're going to use it.
Yeah.
People want to go out.
And I think you've done a nice job with one, identifying and working with David Blackstock for him to join as one of your drivers. You've got Nina. So you have two CDLs, maybe a third. There's another group that's doing well with the medical transportation. That's okay. But arriving, getting them, positioned for residents. Perhaps you're seeing this after the blessing on Monday, but Uwe helped us with just a little blessing to not only preview the vehicles, but let's pray for their safety for years to come.
Absolutely.
So, so a lot happening at the very end of May.
Yes, in the beginning of June, it's just, once again, we keep saying it just keeps going so fast. I don't know where the spring has gone. I feel like, it was just a little over a week ago we had the cold and rain,
Yeah.
but it just seems like it's gone so fast. But and we're going to put those buses to good use. We have some summer concerts coming up. Let's think about this. Oh, so Monday, if you're seeing this week, so Monday we have our trip to the Hampton Roads Winery, which is also the world's largest goat tower,
Okay.
or tallest goat tower, excuse me. And that's only been there since 2016. It's a new winery and it's a new goat tower, but yet they built it and it's
So it's
the
located
tallest.
where?
Surrey,
It's in Surrey, but
Surrey.
it's called
Hampton Roads Winery.
Hampton Roads. Okay, Surrey. Good.
So it's
And again, what is a goat tower?
a goat tower. Okay, maybe I'll have to try to insert a picture. A goat tower is basically this little cylinder tower thing, kind of like a Cinderella tower or Rapunzel tower,
Yeah.
has a couple little openings, and then it has these metal planks that go all the way through in a fan, so that it goes in on one side, comes on the other, and it's in a fan, and it goes up like stairs. And these goats climb up these. No railing, nothing, of course, but they're goats. So
Yeah.
I guess they don't need railings like we do, you know.
They don't have attorneys that are protecting
Nope.
them and lawsuits that
No,
goat might fall.
Exactly. So they climb up these, or they go in and climb up the inside, because remember, it goes all the way through.
Okay.
And they're climbing up. And my husband and I went to visit last month because I was kind of scoping it out for a trip. And it's right across the ferry. So, of course, I live really close to the Jamestown Ferry, within walking distance, probably, well, about a mile. And so we decided to go over, and that in itself was a feat because my husband gets very seasick. And he wasn't going to go with me because he said, I said, the ferry, it's, it's got all this weight, it's really low, it's flat, and you're only going from, 2 miles down the road, right? So I convinced him, and he went, and he didn't get sick. So,
Good.
maybe I can get a cruise someday after
That's
all, because
right.
I have never gone on a cruise.
Yeah.
But so we went over there, and there's these goats hanging out, and there's this one hanging out of the little window.
So how do they entice them up and down?
They don't. They go on their own.
just their own.
And here I'm hearing they're they're making all these noises, right? And I'm like, boy, that sounds really weird. Why does that goat sound like he's talking to himself? I look over. My husband's talking back to the goats. He's like, nah. My husband's like, nah. I'm looking at him going, and
That's
he's
funny.
this type A personality that's very prim and proper most of the time. Every once in a while he breaks out, but I was like, are you answering that goat? Are you talking? It's pretty funny. So this place it's cool.
That's
It's
good.
different. For an afternoon.
Yeah.
It's not like a
that's
zoo where it's
sort of
huge.
A neat added feature beyond the winery.
Right, exactly.
So,
and so you can
very
sit there and drink your wine, and you might start to,
Yeah.
understand goat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In a couple weeks, I'll be heading over to Albania, and I can go to several
Yes.
restaurants, and they serve goat.
They serve goat. Okay.
So,
I've had
that's
goat
one of
once.
the-
I didn't really like
Yeah.
it. I had it in
So
Jamaica.
see it staring at your head, and you can eat it there,
Yeah.
or
No.
you can.
Oh, they leave the head. No.
That's what you're eating.
Oh.
You can eat the
Oh.
tongue and the eyeball, and I've done it. It was my rite of passage to be accepted by Vera's
Okay.
family.
Nope.
And
Wouldn't have done it.
yeah, you're not supposed to eat the inner eye, but you can eat the rest of the eye socket. So no, it's fascinating.
Am I turning colors?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ma.
But yeah, I had goat once in Jamaica in 2010.
So that was
and
just
it was
like goat
jerk
meat.
goat. And
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if I didn't like goat or I didn't like
This
jerk,
is
but I
very
didn't like
different.
either.
and again, and there are some Eastern
Wow.
European and some Middle Eastern it's the finest food that you can offer.
Okay.
Certain religious times, etc. And it's as many things. It's either an acquired taste or an acquired custom. Because
Okay.
I did it. In fact, that first time I went to Albania, I did it twice. Haven't done it since.
So you're hoping not to, right?
Because my rite of passage made it through. And of course, I asked Vera, why aren't you eating any of it? She said, I'm not going to eat that. You know?
I don't blame her. She's
But I
smart.
had to.
But you had to.
Yeah.
So that's their
anyway,
hazing of the
I'm
Westerner.
sorry to digress from a wonderful, picturesque goat tower to my story. But
Yeah.
that's what we do here.
So that's Monday.
Okay?
And then Tuesday we have some entertainment in the afternoon. Bill Batt.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me see here. Wednesday. Oh, Port Warwick concert.
Okay?
So we're
Those
going.
concert series are cool.
Yes.
Have you been to any of them?
I've been to one or two last summer in
They
Williamsburg.
did. So Williamsburg, Yorktown has nice ones too.
Yes. And Fort
Okay.
Eustis.
And,
a lot of them
Fort
around here.
Eustis does, Fort Monroe,
Monroe,
and
yeah.
then Port Warwick.
So there's a lot
So that-
around here.
And loading up the bus, evening time.
We
Nina,
are.
Let's
Now,
hope so.
if we rewind a little bit to last week, so Friday the 3rd, we had so many people sign up for that VSO concert U.S. Air Force Heritage Band. Excuse me, wrong band. Heritage Band at Fort Monroe. We had so many people signed up. I think there's 17 or 18 signed up. That Nana's driving. She's a CDL driver, so we bumped it up to the big bus. I said, okay, everybody can go. 'Cause they're sick of hearing we only have the short bus.
Yeah, yeah.
So or little little bus. I don't know, small bus, whatever
Yeah.
we call it. So that, and then Port Warwick, we have quite a few also, and she's driving. So it's really close to. I'm going to have to bump it to the bigger bus again.
Good.
So we're going.
Happy.
Yep, it's called Brass Wind.
So that
On
sounds like
Wednesday.
a good group. So
Yeah.
here's a question. Should we name the big bus and the little bus? Big and little, I mean, we can do that. But then we have the transit, so that's really almost the same size as the other one. So we could be confusing here. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that
I'm
name
thinking-
vehicles and stuff. Have you ever named anything? Named a vehicle?
My kids always used to, when they were younger, name my vehicles.
Yeah.
I don't per se, but they have, and I don't know why. I had I had a Blue Death minivan. I don't know why they called it Blue Death. I hope it wasn't my driving.
Blue what?
Blue Death.
Blue Death.
Blue Death
Ooh.
minivan. I know.
Okay.
They didn't like it.
See, I go back.
They didn't like the color.
What I remember was in college, my father bought from a coworker, a fellow who was selling a 1969 Buick Special Deluxe, gold four-door, rusted around. It had sort of rust in the back fenders, had shag carpet in the back window.
Oh my.
And I got a couple extra tires in the trunk because pretty much all the tires were bare. Paid $180 for the car, which was dirt cheap even when I was in college. Well, because it just kept running and had this 350 engine, which was always wonderful for GM, I called it the Beast.
Makes
So
sense.
it was my Beast. I sold it for $350 at the end of my senior year.
You made money.
I made money on it. I drove it, and I probably still had a half barrel of tire in
Yeah.
the trunk. So
Okay.
residents remember Special Deluxe. The guys know that 350 GM engine was
Okay.
always a champ. The
That's
Beast.
funny. Do you remember that movie 300? About the Spartans?
Yeah, yeah. How's this connected to
Leonid-
naming a vehicle?
Because Leonidas.
Okay,
Well, I had a Mitsubishi Outlander
okay.
SUV for many years. And my children named that Leonidas. Don't know why. They called it Leon. And
Okay.
so because they said, kind of like along the
Yeah.
beast lines, they said that thing, because it was up north in Syracuse, New York, it took on a huge buck
Yeah,
and won. The buck did not.
yeah.
And what else? My son used to do donuts, and once he was learning to drive, he was doing donuts in the Walmart parking lot. It took on one of the big foundations, and
Yeah.
so they called it Leonidas because they said it was like Leonidas and keeps getting stabbed but keeps fighting.
That's good.
So there's one. Okay.
All right, so names. Here's what I'm thinking about. Chesapeake. The big one, Chester. The little one, Chet. We have Chester and Chet.
That's funny.
So,
Okay.
Come up with some names.
Yeah, give me a call. Let's do it.
Because if we're going to say big bus, little bus, the end of eternity, you know.
No, that's boring. I get
yeah,
it. You're right.
It could be interesting, but it has to be distinguished, classy, fun, recognizable. Oh, okay. So
Chesterfield, Chester, Chet. We'll figure this
could
out.
have some fun. Who knows? All right. Any other events? So concerts happening.
Oh, yes. So the new Greece and Turkey Chesapeake University lecture series. Greece and Turkey started last week.
Okay.
So we're into that.
I
So
have to remember that's not GREASE. I'm thinking Greece and chicken, Greece and Turkey. Oh, two countries.
I never even thought of that.
I'm
Oh
in-
my.
I'm in
Yeah.
the,
No,
I'm in
the
the fried
countries, not the
chicken.
food.
And it's like the Greece and the
Are
turkey.
you hungry?
No. All right.
Yes.
The country.
Yeah.
Greece.
So that
Yeah.
started last week. So we're continuing with that, and it's going to be like a 12-week series because they do 2 lessons
Mm-hmm.
a week. So you know, come on in. Even if you want coming in a little bit late, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you could watch the 2 in the.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's on a DVD, so I'm sure you could come in and see it in the Explorer Room or something.
Mm-hmm.
We could work that out if you're missing it. What else do we have going on? Oh, this week on Friday will be Night of Worship with Liberty Baptist. That's Candace's church. They're coming in to do some acoustic music and some worship music. So you can come in and listen if you want to hear it more like a concert, or you can come in and worship if you want to collectively sing with them.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's the first time we're doing this, at least since I've been here. I don't know if they've done it in the past, but interesting.
That may be the first.
We
Good.
have a lot of performances, but this is
Good.
going to be,
That's
you
good.
can join in. So that rounds out this week. And of course, we have movies in the Chesapeake Room Wednesday and Saturday nights.
Okay.
And please check your calendar because that
It's
is
a lot happening.
yeah.
It's always when I've been recently manager on duty. It's great seeing the recreation, the fun happening in the aerobics room on the weekend.
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
the name of that little putt game? where
shuffle
they-
golf.
Shuffle golf.
So it's kind of shuffleboard and golf.
It
We had a
is.
baby.
I've seen them
Shuffle
having
golf.
it. It's good. And residents are enjoying that. So more and more to come.
And
You know,
that
we have
came
to
from
promote.
residents.
They had that idea, did they?
They
Okay.
did. So if you have more ideas, let us know because maybe Candace or I can get it. Why not?
So we did it last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's again, this sometimes when we do this show, we brainstorm together. And,
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I say something good, and she nods her head, but she's saying, "That's a terrible thought." But she's kind on TV because we're recording. So, anyways, here's the latest thought.
Okay.
Last year,
Okay.
we purchased and started the bike share program.
Correct.
We probably need to dust them off and maybe have a little promotion.
Okay.
I wonder if we could have some type of incentive. Whoever gets it out and does the most laps over the course of a week, we have some type of little competition. Or someone who brings a grandchild and they want to get out on a bike too.
Okay.
So
I'll
just
brainstorm
wanna-
with Candace.
And maybe now over the summer months we just go and leave them uncovered, so then it's sight seen, not
Right.
unseen.
Okay.
So possibly.
We'll think of
And it's prompting me. I think I'm going to pull my bike down and go for a ride because I haven't brought my bike out yet.
The
So I
last
need
bike
to.
I owned was a motorcycle.
Okay. Never had one. But
I
so,
haven't ridden
but
a bike
bikes,
in
and
years.
again, I see Ted Shaler out there. I see Pete Zemmer. Those guys are good about riding their bikes.
They are, Mr. Fowler.
A couple other residents, even a trike. But that share program exists, and they're nice vehicles. Which is probably need to do a quick tune-up.
Okay.
And so opportunity.
Okay.
So
That's good.
Good. I had a meeting with Bruce last week.
Okay.
And with Julian and all of his team, he's getting ramped up. You're getting closer, but you still got a couple key components
Yep.
to get your team where you want
Yep.
them to. But he's
Correct.
anxious to meet with you because they've got some really fun ideas
Okay.
for food and party.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say any of them because you may help shape them differently.
Okay.
Because Bruce, they're pretty creative, but they need a master party planner.
And Brittany and I have talked a little bit about a party too. So okay.
Good. And those
I don't know if
dates,
it's the same.
and it very might well be. But just again, I think you all enjoy those fun theme things. But
Yeah.
there's definitely some good things in the works for future big events, parties. When we do things, whether it's the carnival, I know the Lobster Fest is still out there. I will tip my hat there. I said, so Bruce, isn't Lobster Fest a special event? His comment is, oh no, that's just now part of our regular programming. So he's not even counting that as his planned September event.
Okay.
So there's some things in the
Okay.
works, so we'll be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now you want to talk about the boutique?
The boutique.
The boutique.
Well,
Brenda.
you can get these cups,
Yes.
which is number one. And again, we haven't had anyone come to us, and I could do my family again because I gave them all cups. But we want these to be traveling. But I'm going to give you one other travel idea for the summer, and then we'll get more into the boutique. You can buy these from the
Okay.
boutique, but even if you take our new beautiful Connections newsletter
Yeah. Connection newsletter. Yeah.
and you send it to somebody, or you yourself travel, take a picture wherever you are. I'm going to see if I can't remember taking mine with me and take a couple snapshots later this month. So we'll see how far the Connections has
Okay.
traveled. But again, we'd love to promote that type of thing. But back to the boutique, that beautiful little gift shop that
Yes.
residents, you need to understand, I brag about Brenda, we have one of the finest boutique gift shops of any retirement community I've ever been. And I've been in hundreds, from Hawaii to Connecticut, from Connecticut to Florida to Texas, back up to Chicago. I have seen some of the best retirement communities, and no one has a gift shop like ours. It's an amenity. It's beautiful to see from our front lobby area, and she does a great job merchandising.
Oh, she's a great merchandiser.
So,
yeah.
what do you got?
So she wants everybody to know she has a sale going on right now. So if you buy one clothing item, it's 20% off. If you buy two, it's 25. If you buy three or more, it's 30%. And then she has 20% off of her flags, which we all love her flags. She's got them in the windows. She's got great flags,
Yep.
all different kinds. And then 20% off of jewelry. And she has some beautiful jewelry too down
Good.
there. Some homemade stuff that is just
It
phenomenal.
is very nice. And as residents, I guess what you need to know is, Heather and I are very proud of the possibilities of the services, of the
Absolutely.
merchandise, both at the boutique and services in the salon. And we're really discussing how many of you utilize, how many of you come in. Do you realize there's such wonderful amenities right here?
Right.
And a lot of improvements and changes. I know Cheryl, who's our manager of the salon, has definitely some ideas. And so some things she's through her norming period. She's getting acclimated, and just want to introduce some things that really may surprise you. So consider
Absolutely.
that. Learn more about our salon. Learn more about the boutique. And if you've never been in there, you'd be surprised about what Brenda sells.
And now that the nail tech is in there,
Nail tech.
it's even busier in there. So if
And-
you haven't been in there,
And Rose Winter, and some folks take advantage of the massage
massage
therapy.
right next door. Yep.
So those are some amenities that are right here.
Yeah.
And again, if you think about it as a resident, you may say, well, I don't know if I want to spend money here on those services. Well, you're spending for the overhead anyways. Why not make it as profitable
Yeah.
as possible?
And
it's-
gas prices
and
right
it
now.
is. And gas prices, why leave the building? So
Yeah,
there's a lot of
yeah.
rationale to consider salon, boutique, massage here in the building.
Agreed.
Yep. So
Yep.
little things like this we'll do. And again, if we can have some fun, and we're not going to over promote, but we're going to give you enough. Touchdown can have a few more things. Just introducing opportunities for you.
Yeah.
I think people like.
I agree. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's going on for the month of June we want to highlight. I don't think so. We have some entertainers coming in, some movies. Birthday Bash is the 23rd. Okay, so I think we pretty much went over what's going on now. There'll
So-
be more. And there
Yeah.
might be pop-up things. You know, sometimes
right.
I add things if I can get a driver and such, and people say to me, we already have the tickets.
Yeah.
Can we go? I think the 10th, so the end of this week, the VSO Star Wars, which is John Williams music.
Ooh, that's
Wonderful. They're having that, and we are taking a bus. Even though everybody else got their own tickets or had, you know, season passes or something, we are doing a bus. So if you'd like to go to that, there is a slide up on Touchtown. You can register for that. It is on Touchtown to get on the bus. You will have to get your own ticket if you don't have it, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do pop-up things that we don't put on the calendar just because it worked out.
And you know what
And
you
we
have to
add
now think about with the drivers, it's back to creativity, heading over there with it having a DVD player, you could actually pop up maybe some of the music of Star Wars or other things. Could be sort of like you get excited to get there.
Yeah.
That's what we do. You sort of listen to the concert before you get to the concert.
Pre-gaming.
That's right. So that
Instead
could
of
occur now. We have a
pre-gaming.
lot of possibilities.
All right.
So
Yeah.
good to do. Yeah.
Yep, we're getting busy.
Yeah. Well, great seeing so many activities. The new vehicles, I think, will be just a real blessing. We're thankful for that. We'll get you more into tune with some of the other things. The assisted living renovations are progressing nicely, so
Yeah.
we keep you tuned on that. And some good key staff coming. Excited for it.
Yeah.
So, that being said, thank you for being with us today. Thanks for supporting all the things that are happening, and we'll see you around the community.